Hi everybody, it's crazy. It's Monday and it's time for the UPBGE video of the week. Now, before I get started, you'll notice that I don't have my video up yet. Unfortunately, a lot of things took place and I wasn't able to put my video up to the camera up or the green screen. So I decided just to not worry about that. Yeah, we're gonna move on and try to continue with this a little bit further. Also, got to give a shout out to my trusted, because you guys rock. To my crazy fam, I love you guys. And to my patrons, thank you for your continued support. Now, we are up to episode number 26. And if you remember last week, let me see if I can get it to work. There we go. We left off here with making our fish, putting our fish in. And we didn't append them, we linked them. Now, if you went ahead and, let me switch on over to this one. There we go. If you did what they suggested, if you wanted to try it, if you wanted to make your own animations for it, for the to put your own bones in and so on and so forth, make your fish do other things, you could. It's right there. All you have to do is follow along with it. That's where I ended up last week because of the fact that we were actually pressed for time. So I'm going to continue on, and we're going to go from there. Alright, so the current checkpoint is at game.4.blend. If you want to just go ahead and open that up and continue from there. If you don't want to do all that hassle of trying to figure out your fish and everything else. But if you changed your asset school.blend file, you need to only replace the one in the sources with yours. In other words, all you have to do is link to the one that you made. Alright. As we mentioned 3 times already, anyone counting? The new data will be automatically synced in the game. Play your game and get ready to wrap up the shark feeding. Alright, so on to the next one. It's called All You Can Eat. So let's get working with that. If you try to catch the fish with the shark, you will see that the shark pushes the fish away. For the game, we need 3 things to happen. 1, the fish needs to die. 2, the shark needs to get bigger. And 3, a score on the screen needs to tell how many fish we caught and how much time we have left. Okay. The score system will be made in the next section. For now, we will focus on making the shark and the little fish interact. The school of fish is, in fact, already set up. But let's look at what we have there. Open the file assets school.blend in the second layer. Select the fish and look at the logic bricks. Okay, so it's shown in this figure right here. Okay, so let's switch over there. There we go. Okay, so let's open up. And I've got mine set to 3A. Sorry about that, but I just did that quickly last week. We're going to open up. Okay, we're going to go into the game assets folder. Okay, so we're going to go back 1 level. We're going to go into game final. We're going to go into assets. We're going to go into school.blend. We're going to open that one up. This is a school.blend file. Okay, and if you remember, they were talking about these right here. Okay, these little guys right here. This is all one. It's a fish leader. Okay. So we have a collision sensor that will only be active when touching an object that has a shark property. We don't want to know when one fish collides with another or with the seabed, for that matter. This filter addresses that. The sensor is connected to a Python controller, KillMePy, which is this one right here. Okay. Now it's KillMePy right there. And I don't know if, yeah, there it is. Okay, so we're gonna scroll that one up. Yeah, that's the KillMePy. Let's scroll that one up. Everybody know, the README. It's just telling you what it's about, what you can do, so on and so forth. Okay. The init is basically what starts it all. Okay, just gives you all the information there to initialize it. And so now this adds the fish into your game. And this is the KillMePy Python script. Now, as you see, it's just all, it looks like regular text. If you put it on formatting, which would be these two right here, I always do word wrap. You don't have to because it's not going out past this line here. But if you notice that some are in red or pink, some are in red, and they change colors, green, so on and so forth. Okay, all those are different, you know, ones. This right here does a particular type of function. This is a particular like a function, so on and so forth. This is a name convention. When you put anything in parentheses here, it puts some red so that you know that it is an integer. Okay, you know, for loop, you know, your in, if statements, break statements, all these right here are pink to let you know that. If you get one that's green, that means it is commented. Okay, and you just put that in there if you don't want the Python program to recognize it. Okay, just a little bit of Python info, you know, if you're interested in that. A lot of people just want to deal with the logic bricks. I would suggest getting into Python a little bit. It will help you out quite a lot. Okay, so we don't want to know when the we already read that. Let's see. The sensor is connected to a Python controller called KillMePy that takes care of some of the housekeeping. It tells the fish leader that we will need a new fish soon. The controller also activates two actuators. One to kill the fish, and the second to send a message indicating a fish went down. This message is like spam mail. It doesn't matter if you have a mail only sign in your mailbox. Okay, I didn't quite understand that, but okay. It doesn't even matter if you don't have a mailbox. You will receive the McDonald's coupon you never asked for. Okay, I get that. And you will end up eating their damn spammers. That's funny. All right, and so will the shark. Once the shark receives a message, it can act accordingly. In our case, we want to make the shark big. So to do so, open the file shark.12.blend again. Until now, we have been adding all the logic bricks to the armature. Now let's put the armature aside and use the mesh. Okay, so let's go back over to here where I'm at now, and it says select the shark mesh. So we have to go to our original file, okay, which is the shark.12 blend. So that's in my assets folder. Nope, back one more. There we go. Go into asset folder. Okay, find my shark.12 blend, which is this one right here. Double click it open. There we go. That's our shark. Okay, so select the shark mesh, which is this little guy right here. Add a keyframe to the size. Okay, so we want to add a keyframe to the size of this. So let's bring up a new window. I'm actually just going to drag one down. There we go. I'll bring up my timeline. Okay. Now we have it on 1. It suggests that you do have it on 1. Now all you have to do is up here in this window is hit I, which inserts, okay, a keyframe. And then we're going to do scaling. Okay, that will make it'll say this is the base scale for the shark. So at the 1 mark, it will have this set to this size right here. Okay, it says now go to frame 100. Now we're going to go to 100 all the way up. Oh, wait a minute, hang on. Let's do 100. If you type it in down here, it'd be a little bit easier. But you also have to bring this out enough to where you can see that you have 100 keyframes. But you got to probably do it like 3 or 4 times, because I don't know why I don't go all the way out. There we go. Okay, well, we have it ending in keyframe 30. So let's end it at keyframe 110 just to make sure we got it all good. There we go. 2, 5, 10. There we go. Okay, so make sure you end it at key 100. Scale it to shark and repeat the previous step. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the shark and we're going to hit S. Okay, now before I do that, let me bring up my menu, because guess what I keep forgetting to do? Yes, you got it right. Okay, so yeah. Now, if you hit S on your keyboard right there, you'll notice that you can scale your fish. Okay, so we're gonna scale her on up. Okay, so I don't know how much they want, so we're just gonna go pretty big. Okay, there we go. And then open the logic editor, which we already have. Okay, create a Boolean game property named shark. So we're gonna come over here and hit bool. We're gonna name it. Okay, this right here. I'm dealing with an older version. Yours might be different. You might just be adding a component or something, because like I said, this is an older version, so mine might be a little bit different than yours. But if you don't get these options, all you have to do is click over here and make it a bool. Okay, I'm gonna put shark up here. Shark, all lowercase is fine. Okay, now in here I can change it to whatever I want. So whether you have this or not, you don't have to look for this one. And I know a lot of people look for that, because I've done that a lot of times when I was watching videos. You don't have to have this exact, guys. You know, you have a selector right here, this little selector, and every version of Blender will have this, you know, if you have the game logic on. Okay, so we want a Boolean. Okay, and it says create an integer game property named size. So we go over here to integer, okay, or you just pick one and you select integer here, and we're going to put size, S-I-Z-E, and then hit enter. Okay, now we're going to go, now we got our two properties here. Okay, these two properties are going to be set pretty, you know, either it's going to be on or off for a bool, and it's going to have a size that's an integer that's going to count from 1 to 100, because our frames are 100. Okay, so if I oops, I didn't, I did not hit I. Oh, let's take a step back, guys. All right, so when you get to this point, when you get it scaled up to your size, that's you scale them up. Oh, no, wrong way. Let's make them that big. Make them huge. Then you got to hit I do apologize, and hit scaling. So that way you know, and you set a keyframe down here. Make sure you set a keyframe, because if not, it will bounce back. But as you notice, my little fish wiggles and then it gets bigger. Okay, the only reason why he does that is because any animations that you've made will make them move, and that's just a moving animation. See? You know, so it scales up. It goes all the way up to 100. Okay, so now you've got that set. So once setting this to 100, you know, 100 will make your fish super huge. All right, so we're going to add a message sensor, which is right here. Set you a message sensor, okay, with the subject shark. Okay, we're going to hit shark, ed. Okay, not shark, but shark ed. Okay, and then hit enter. Now it's set as a subject. Okay, add a property actuator. Okay, we're going to go over here and we're going to put a property actuator. We are going to connect them two on up, because hey, why not? We're going to set set the property, set add property. So we're going to hit add, okay, because we're going to add a property. The property is going to be size, okay, and the value is going to be 1. Okay, so this will, every time it gets sharked, okay, every time a shark is sent, then it's going to go up 1 in size. So it's going to bring this up to 2, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way up to 100. So the more you eat, the faster your fish will grow. Okay, so I'm going to leave that up there so you can see. Okay, now we're going to add an action actuator, okay, which is right here, and it's going to be an action, which is, I just passed it right there at the bottom. Let's minimize this for just a moment. We're going to connect them up. Okay, we're going to set the action, okay, to shark mesh action. So there should be a shark mesh action. Okay, mine is cylinder action, but you can name these later. It's no big deal. We can do that here later if you'd like. But you're gonna look for your shark mesh and then the action. Now they put their own in. They named it shark mesh action. Okay, so make sure that yours is your shark mesh. And as you see, mine says cylinder, and it's the action that that cylinder is doing because I never named it to shark mesh, which I should have. I don't know why I didn't. All right, so the property is going to be, see property on there. Property size, actuator mode property. So, mode property, there we go. Okay, there we go. Now, hang on, I'll redo that right here. You, instead of doing these, because it just does play, you're going to come up here and you're going to hit property. That's what I didn't do right, guys. Sorry about that. Okay, and then you're going to click this one. That's going to be size. Okay. Then connect the sensors to both actuators. So we're going to connect this one to the and both of them are going to go to that. So I'm going to bring that back out. Push that up so you can see both of them. So we got a property. So whenever the shark eats a fish, okay, then it's going to add one to his side, to Suzie's size, and then it's going to create an action, okay, of her getting bigger. Okay, so it's going to make her one more bigger. Okay, so that's the whole knit and caboodle on that part. All right, the final shark file is at assets shark 13 blend in figure 2.29. We have a screen of the logic bricks set up. So basically, let me switch on over here so I can show you. There we go. Okay, so your screen should look exactly like this one, which ours does, because we've already done that. See, we switch back over to this one, and ta-da! It's the same thing as this one. Oh, no, not that one. That one. That one. That one. Okay, so these two are the same. All right, so let's continue reading on. See, how big is this video? Yeah, we're almost up to 20 minutes. So I'm going to actually, let's see how far. Yeah, we got a little bit more to go. I'm going to go ahead and finish just this part right here until we get up to the scoring system. So I'm going to finish this one out, and then we'll continue on with scoring system on the next one. So we started by creating the animation for the shark. This animation is played according to a game property size that will increase every time a message is received. The message gets to the shark every time a fish is eaten, for example, collides with the shark. Thus, we have a good synchronization between fish disappearing and the shark getting bigger. Apart from that, the shark needs the shark game property to be detected by the fish school. This will trigger the collision. The collision sensor simply checks if the object has a property with a given name. So the type and value of the property are arbitrary. In our case, we are using a Boolean property, but it could be any other property type. So it really doesn't matter if it's a boon or an integer or a float. Doesn't matter. String even. Now, one by one, we can eat the fish, and it's time to count sheep. So I'm going to leave it there for this week. All right, and let's switch over here to our fish, or to our shark. Now, you got to remember, I don't know if this if we actually link these or if we actually just pull the whole thing over. So we're going to save our file. Okay, we're going to save it as 13. So we're going to hit +1 on that. That will make 13. Okay. And then we're going to open our game file. So we hit open. Let's go to, we are up to game 3. Yeah. 3.0A. And if I open that, my shark, I believe, is linked. There we go. Okay, so it's linked in. All right, so let's hit P and see if this actually works and if I did right. Okay, so we go forward, we go down. See how they move out of the way? Yeah, they all move now. Okay, so now our shark should be getting bigger. Let you work on that. Take a look at it and see what we got to do in order to get it to work correctly. just a hint, you're going to have to bring all these over. Okay, so your shark needs to be, brought over from your shark.file in your, shark.13, and you have to bring that in over here and do the same thing. You have to link it up. Okay, so with that being said, let's go ahead and nope, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the scoring system next. Make sure you bring your shark property over. Okay, make sure you bring your shark from your file that you had created. I'm gonna actually open that one up so I can remember. Shark 13 blend. Okay, from your shark 13 blend, you're gonna have to bring it over to your 4.0 of your game file. You're gonna have to link him over. Okay, so don't forget to do that, or you're gonna have the same problem I just had of getting it to swim. But as you notice, this fish, the little fish swam away when I got close enough to them. Okay, so now they're actually catching them. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a scoring system and get that to work and get them to where Suzie can eat the fish. Okay, so till next week, stay tuned and happy hunting.